You're enjoying Footy SA right here on the Nine Network. Time to talk SANFL now, and it's presented, of course, by Farmers Union Iced Coffee. Remember, it's a Farmers Union Iced Coffee, or it's nothing, and more on the Farmers Union Iced Coffee medal in just a moment. These are the results of the weekend's SANFL games, the last round of football. Glenelg with a big win over Port Adelaide in a stunning upset, boys. Bottom versus top. You'd think the cue was in the rack there. South Adelaide beat Sturt. Eagles had a good win over West. North Adelaide over Central, and Norwood over Adelaide. But it was that team on top, Port Adelaide, who would have been the most surprised, Goody.
Absolutely. To lose to Glenelg in the last hit out before finals would be a little bit disturbing for Port Adelaide, but Norwood to me look like they're the form team. They're in some really good form coming in, and South Adelaide having a good win over Sturt, just boost their claims for a good finals campaign. Yeah,
Port will be very disappointed. They had a lot of their listed players playing as well, as I can see here, but Norwood are the informed team at the moment.
Well, they certainly are. They had a great win yesterday over Adelaide, as you mentioned, and the coach, Ben Warren's been kind enough to join us. Ben, welcome. A terrific tune-up for the finals.
Yeah, it was a good hit out yesterday against Adelaide. Obviously, they've played some good footy throughout the year, so to get away with a 55-point win was good. Obviously
a slow start, Ben, to the season, but the second half of the year, you must be extremely happy with the way the team's developing.
Yeah, it was definitely very slow, 2 and 4, and then we were 32 points down against Adelaide in the first quarter at the 18-minute mark, so things weren't going overly well at the time. But to the boys' credit, they've stuck at the task pretty well, and we've obviously implemented a few things that needed to change, such as their ball movement and probably just our defending space and pressuring the opposition. So that's been the two main points.
Ben, how far away is James Allen, and is he available for selection this week?
He won't be available this week, but we're hoping if we can obviously get through to probably the third week of the finals, he would be available then, hopefully.
Yeah, Matthew Panos, he's obviously been really important for you throughout the season. Do you think he's close to getting redrafted?
I think there's certainly been a lot of interest in him. He twinged his hamstring yesterday, or some tightness in his hamstring, so we took him off at half-time yesterday. But yeah, just his ability to, his improvement in his spread and ball use has been excellent. He's obviously a key forward as a junior and played at the Western Bulldogs as that key forward. But this year, obviously moving into the midfield, he's been that big body midfielder that we've certainly lacked this year, and he's been excellent.
Ben, thanks for joining us. Good luck at the qualifying final next week.
No worries, boys. Thank you.
Ben Warren joined us there, the coach of the Norwood Footy Club. They play Sturt next week, whose coach, SEAMUS Maloney, is also on the line. Welcome, SEAMUS. A disappointing way to end the season yesterday, although not too bad, a 24-point loss to South Adelaide, who are also a contender.
Yeah, it wasn't the perfect way to finish, but it's been a pretty, really consistent season for us, and we had a good first half. They definitely got a hold of us in the third quarter a bit, but we were able to sort of fight our way back in it, and whilst we didn't get the points, go in full of confidence.
What has been the turnaround, SEAMUS, this year? Obviously finished, down towards the bottom last year, and you've certainly had some sensational form throughout the year. What's been the major turnaround at the footy club?
Oh, it's just been a really consistent improvement from a lot of guys, yeah. And we had a lot of guys over the last couple of years that have played a little bit of senior footy and look like they're heading in the right direction, but probably 6 or 7 of those guys have become legitimate league footballers and playing week in, week out really good football, and that's what we needed, and that's what we've had guys doing.
SEAMUS, Michael Code, we speak about him a lot on this show. He kicks a lot of goals. How do you see his season, and is he raring to go for the finals?
Yeah, he's had a pretty good season, and he's had some good weeks, and as a key forward it can be dry a little bit, and the last couple of weeks he's been a bit quiet. So, look, we need him to really stand up, and I think he's in really good physical shape. So he's a very important player for us to get up and about next week.
It's going to be a fascinating run home. Were you surprised by Port Adelaide's loss and I guess stance yesterday against the bottom team?
Yeah. Often the last round can throw up a few funny ones, and definitely didn't see that coming.
Well, it's a massive game next week. You going confident you can beat Norwood, who are in good form?
Yeah, we've played them a couple of times, and just through the season, and we've won all, and both pretty close games. So I think we're going to have to play at our best. They're in pretty good form and a pretty seasoned sort of team. So, but going really confident. We've had an excellent preparation, and very excited about taking them on.
SEAMUS, thanks for joining us, and good luck next week in the big final.
No worries. Thanks, Hutchie.
SEAMUS Maloney joining us, and also Ben Warren, both coaches. Going to be a ripping game of footy next week.
Oh, it's going to be a cracker. It's an exciting finals campaign for the SANFL. You know, we've got obviously Port Adelaide being sort of the new team with the SANFL allegiance up the top of the ladder, and obviously you got the season campaigners in Norwood. But you know, to have Sturt and South in the finals for the first time for a few years is it's going to add some real excitement to the finals.
Have a look at the fixture in a moment. Our Farmers Union Ice Coffee medal nomination this week is Aaron Filkey of West Adelaide. He's a very consistent player, boys.
He is. He's played 100 games for West Adelaide. He's a high-flying sort of marking forward, but they call him Mr. Consistent down at West Adelaide, and he's had another year that's indicated that, and he's a really important player for West Adelaide.
And of course, there's some unbelievable contention now. New boys will be involved in the voting on this. The Farmers Union Ice Coffee medal, $5,000 up for grabs to the Farmers Union Ice Coffee medalist this year, the player who's judged by you boys and the rest of our Footy SA crew as hard-working, determined and have the win-at-all-cost attitude. Remember, it's a Farmers Union Ice Coffee or it's nothing.
Jeez, it's going to be difficult to pick that one, Brogues.
There's a lot of different names up there, and a lot of names I haven't heard of that I'm going to have to do a bit of research on through the year. But look, Michael Coe's my favourite.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating, and we're voting hot's up in earnest in the coming weeks. This is how the finals look into the SANFL next week. It's going to be magnificent football. Get along and watch the action. Sturt and Norwood at Adelaide Oval on Saturday, and then South versus the Eagles. So terrific doubleheader. Port Adelaide have the week off, boys.
Come on, South. That's all I'm going to say. I've got my scarf on next week. Great to see you back. But yeah, Adelaide Oval's going to be pumping next week.
It's been a long time, and at 64, the last flag for the Panthers, and if they can win it from the elimination final, it'll be an incredible story.
More on that next week on the program on Footy SA. Local footy up here next. You're watching Footy SA on the 9 Network.